Hello everyone, how are you? It's Laurie and I'm here to do your 12 houses reading, your weekly 12 houses reading. I hope all of you are happy, healthy, and having some fun. We're actually going to start with an oracle card. And we're going to use the Queen of the Moon oracle cards this morning. I hope everybody is happy, healthy, and having some fun. All right, you have just received wisdom. I love that. In fact, some of you may have just learned something very important to you. It could be a life lesson. It could be information that you did not know you needed, and it is benefiting you in some beautiful and blessed way. All right, so card 22, wisdom, and this is the waning gibbous 6th phase of the moon. All right, I may give you some information out of the book afterwards, but let's go ahead and see where this is leading. I'm getting 6 of Swords energy from this card, of something becoming much easier for you, being able to let something go, moving beyond, elevating up and above and over something. This wisdom definitely feels like a lesson learned. It's definitely benefiting you in some big and beautiful way. All right, I'm going to lay out your 12 houses here. And these readings are for all signs. Everybody has 12 houses in their astrological chart. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we have here. I want to move over just a little bit. I'm a little off center here. All right, there's all 12 houses. Let's go ahead and reveal your first house, which, if you do not know, is all about your personality, your persona, how you perceive yourself, how the world perceives you. All right, let's take a look. House 1, 8 of Wands. It sounds like you're speaking a lot. You might even be doing some public speaking, but you are definitely okay, this is what I'm getting. You're doing what you say you're going to do. So you're not only speaking what you plan to do, you're following through on it. That's interesting energy. You're definitely in a productive phase right now, this week, this energy. And if you're not in it currently, you're about to enter into this energy. And I'm hearing practicing what you preach, leading by example, standing by your word. So these are all good. You might even be being praised here by people around you. You may not know it, but they may be saying these things to each other about you right now. So Spirit's trying to give you a little boost here and let you know this is happening around you. People feel like you're really open to communicating, willing to take action on anything that needs to be. Like if you say I'm going to do something, you're going to do it. You're going to follow through on it. And you know, so many times in life, we all have that intention. We all say we're going to do things, and then life interrupts. We get sick. We can't because we forgot we had a prior commitment for whatever reason. In the past, things didn't always get done when we said we would do them. However, here, no one's doubting it. Everyone's seeing you take action. It's like you're like a man on fire, as they say. Somebody who's got a desire in their belly to see something happen, and you're going to see it through. I am getting very good communication here. So speaking, some of you may be publicly speaking. Some of you may be have become the leader of your group, the president, the elder in your group, whatever it is. I'm getting leadership, wisdom gained here. And this is actually making life easier for you. All right, let's take a look at house 2, which is your personal values and how you deal with money. Oh, and I tried to put these in the right way. Look at this, the Six of Swords energy. And does this not make you think of the Six of Swords? Look at that. 2 totally different decks by 2 totally different people, and yet they have the same vibes of moving on. Okay, you're bringing the wisdom with you. You are moving into an area where some things are being set free, released, and yet something is working out in front of you. It's pulling you towards this. It feels good. It feels peaceful. If you've been dealing with a difficult financial situation where people are like, yeah, we see what you do. You always say you have no money, but we don't see you doing anything about it. You are going to be putting your money where your mouth is, literally. You are going to be working on it. You are going to do exactly what you say you're going to do. Now, if this is you and you had personal values that kind of fluctuated, maybe you did not have boundaries in the past. Maybe you misunderstood what boundaries actually were, and you thought it was a way of keeping other people away from you, instead of you knowing who you are, which is what boundaries are. It's you saying, okay, well, here's my baseline. So if somebody comes up and says to me, hey, you're a jerk, your baseline is you're not going to take that personally. And then beyond that, the boundary of the baseline, or the baseline of the boundary, becomes, who am I dealing with? And am I willing to have them say that to me again? Or is this somebody I will never see again and I don't need to go any further with my boundary? All right. That's what boundaries are. Knowing who you are. What are your personal values? What matters to you before you ever encounter the situation? Okay. Basically, what are you doing behind closed doors without worrying about what other people... Are you the same person whether somebody's watching or not? Okay, that's your boundaries. That's your boundaries. That is right here, you moving into and past those energies of not having those correct boundaries. Yeah, just by having boundaries, we can find ways to carry out our actions, our promises, our follow through on the words we say we're going to do. And when we do that, when we know who we are and what we stand for, what we represent and what's important to us, no matter who's watching or not, life becomes easier because we don't have to come up with something every single time a boundary or limit or value, personal value is affected. Activated. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and look at house 3 here, your communications, how you do communicate with people. Are your words flowing easily? Are you connecting with people? This is also about your day-to-day life. So your family, your friends, your coworkers, your neighbors, how are you moving through life right now? Ooh, look at this. You're letting things go and rising above. You've got the death and rebirth card here. That is huge. You are definitely changing. There is an energy of growth, expansion. Yeah, definitely of transformation, of willingness to just let things go. In other words, you know what your boundaries are, okay? And if somebody crosses that line, that boundary, you already know how you're going to respond on a base level. And for a lot of you, it's you're letting that thing go. You're not taking it personally. That seems to be a huge energy right here, right now in this reading. Is people are going to be able to say whatever they want to say right now, and yet you are not taking it on as if it's truth. Okay? Because what they think is their own damn business, not yours. If you know you are not what they say, then you are not what they say. That's their opinion, okay? And you're not going to let it screw up your day, bring you down, make you feel like crying, you're just going to let it roll off your back. You're rising above. You're becoming a new person, you're becoming a new person here. A new you, a bigger and better and more expansive version of you. So you're communicating with those that need to be communicated with, and you're releasing anyone else. You're just not telling them anything. You're not responding to them. You're not reacting. That's huge here. Now I'm getting you're keeping your distance from certain people. You're not avoiding anyone, okay? You're just keeping your distance. You're just like, if there's no reason to have contact with this person or these certain people or this thought, you're just not going there. You're just not going to initiate anything there. I am getting for a few of you that if somebody that's been really difficult to deal with comes to you right now, and I'm getting like they want to bring drama, you're going to see right through whatever is happening, and you're not going to respond. So somebody may send you a text message and you can feel it, you can see it, but read it between the lines, or it's bluntly in your face. That it's just a ploy, a call to drama, a call. They're going through something. And basically when somebody is hurt, they want to lash out at other people. Okay. And lashing out may come in the form of spreading rumors, saying something to you that they know is going to be like poking the bear. But this time you see it for exactly what it is, and you are not going to overreact. You're going to rise above it, let it go, not respond in any way, shape, or form. And you'll be amazed. You will be amazed if you can do that repeatedly. Whenever there's the drama or whatever is provoked and you don't respond, you'll find that drama, that situation, that person goes elsewhere to create the drama because they're not getting the fuel from you. Beautiful. So this is a new you coming through. This is a new you finally getting it, that you don't have to respond or react to every single little thing that comes your way. Oh my gosh. That's huge. I do have to say that's really big for you guys. Let's move on to house 4. What's going on with your home and your family? Okay. That's pretty clear about what we're talking about here. See, you're leaving something behind. You're focusing on your happiness. Now, when we say we're leaving something behind here with this 8 of Cups, it does not mean you're destroying anyone. It does not mean you're never going to speak to somebody again, or ever get involved in this situation again. This is about your home and your family. So obviously you are probably going to be tied to them for the rest of your life, or their life, okay? However, if drama is dropped in your lap, we got a flaming bowl here. We don't know what's in that bowl, but it's on fire. There's that confirmation chime. You're going to leave it right there. You're going to walk away from it. You're not paying any attention to it. You're not getting involved. You're not going to get burned again. All right. And you can see how all these other attempts, these are all bowls that have sunk. Okay. And I do feel like this is something that has been ongoing for a while. It could be this member of the family, then it's that member of the family, or it could be this person all the time. Whatever it is, it's not worked in the past. It's always brought you down, always given you that feeling of, that sinking feeling of this is just going to last forever. But look, you're saying this is it. This is the last time. There are no other bowls evident here, and you are facing the sun rising here. A new you is being born, is being brought to life here. And you're the one creating you. You are the one creating you, the new you. You are the only person who can create the new you. Absolutely love that. Now, for others of you, I'm still getting the same message here from Spirit that this is about you leaving things be. It is what it is. You're not forcing anything here. You're walking away from it. You see it for exactly what it is. You're heading towards your happiness. You're focusing on your happiness. All right. House 5. Romance, creativity, and children. Now, if you don't have your own children, this could be children in your neighborhood, children in your family, children of friends, or I just heard fur babies. Okay, so maybe you take care of animals on some sort of I'm getting two different things. One is like an SPCA energy of volunteering, and the other one is like pet sitting, pet caring for. I even just got a vet. Somebody out there may be an actual vet. All right. So let's take a look at romance, creativity, and children. Ooh. You're coming out of the hermit's cave here. Some of you may still be there for a little longer. Maybe you've been trying to connect with your creativity. Maybe, yeah, okay, let's talk strictly creativity right now. And I'm getting that you're coming out of that hermit's cave. You've made up your mind. You've gotten the inspiration. You've gotten the download from Spirit of what to do next, what to reach for. If you look at this wisdom card here, your oracle message, this woman is standing in a boat on top of a stack of books with a little ladder getting her up there, but she's reaching for the moon and the stars. Okay, so there's something here for you to strive for. You may have been looking for the inspiration or wisdom of what to do next. Now, that also ties into any type of romantic situation. I'm getting that a lot of you came through some sort of difficult situation. If you're already married or involved in a personal romantic relationship, there was a difficult patch. Either you broke up or you went through a phase where there was arguing, disagreements, not being on the same page, questioning whether or not you should stay in this relationship, where it was taking you, whether it's good for you, for the kids, for your spouse, for those around you. You were really questioning it. And I'm getting the same Six of Swords vibes off of this card, the Hermit card here, in conjunction with that wisdom. And the Hermit is the one who gains the wisdom. So maybe this is where this whole thing started. A bad patch in a romantic relationship, a lack of creativity, or, questioning whether your relationship, your situation revolves around children in some way. Either there was a negative impact from a child, a disruptive child possibly, or just a child on your person's part, like maybe you were dating somebody or married to somebody and they have a child from somebody else. And your relationship has always been that you and your person are together in one household and the child comes in and out. Now, all of a sudden, there may have been recently, you may just be coming out of the situation where the child's coming to live with you, or now the child will not be coming on the days or times that they used to, and things are changing. Okay, and this is what the disruption was. The solution has been found or will be found shortly. It will be an agreeable situation for everybody. So even if it's just, I don't know how to say just even if. It's not, because this is very important. It's a big deal. The solution is there. The solution will be found. Either you find the solution, you gain the wisdom alone, even so, or as a group, the solution benefits more than just you. Okay. I did hear too a message of not being able to, trying to conceive your own children. okay, and you're questioning whether or not you're ever going to be able to have your own children, the solution is here. Okay, either making peace with the situation and saying, I'm going to adopt fur babies, I'm going to take care of other people's children, I'm going to become a teacher, whatever it is, the solution is there. Okay, it could actually be that you do end up having your own children. Maybe you go through in vitro, or you stop stressing about having children and all of a sudden your body reactivates and says, oh, I don't have to focus on that anymore. Oh, we're going to have children. And boom, now you've got your own. A lot of times, so much stress is put on ourselves when we try to, as women or men, okay, we want children so desperately. And what happens when we focus on it? It expands. And what we're saying to ourselves when we're trying to conceive is, I want a baby. I'm trying to have a baby. And what's Spirit giving us? What's the universe giving us? More of trying, more of wanting, instead of receiving the thing that we want most. So we have to sit back and we have to say, it's up to the universe. If I'm meant to have a child, I will have a child. I'm going to stop stressing over this, and our bodies will respond. So that's good news for somebody out there who's seeking to have children. All right. And of course, I'm no doctor. Okay, so I'm not giving medical advice here, but there's no harm in de-stressing either. All right, let's look at your house 7, which is your relationships and your business. Oh, wait. I've gotten ahead of myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're missing a card here. That is not good. I'm glad I caught that. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, there we go. I thought something was a little bit off here. Whatever the missing piece was, it shows up. Whatever the missing piece is in your situation, in your life, whatever's missing is going to show up. It will show up. That's beautiful. That's awesome. Okay, good news. That's good news. Let's take a look at your work situation and your health. Okay, and again, I'm not a doctor, so I'm not giving health advice here. All right, we've got a little bit of confusion, uncertainty on how to move forward. This could, if it's pertaining to work, you might have different thoughts about different jobs. Like maybe you're looking for a job, or you're on a job and you're looking for something different, but there's just this energy of opportunities being available, but you questioning what you really want. Yes, let me clarify that, and then I'll go on to the health part of it. Here, again, I feel like a lot of you may be seeking some sort of money-making opportunity, or your place in your community. You're questioning that. You're asking yourself, do I want to stay where I'm at? Or do I want to reach for something more? Is there something more out there for me? And I'm getting that most of you see that there's lots of different opportunities available to you, but you aren't certain if you're qualified for this, or if you really, am I really interested in that? You're kind of just playing around with different ideas here. I keep getting this message of somebody being a corporate employee. Okay, so you're a salary corporate employee, business suit, business clothing, meetings, proposals, all this, corporate stuff. And you're asking yourself, is there something else I could do that might be a little bit more creative, a little bit more fun, a little bit more soul satisfying versus all of this? And I don't think you're miserable doing the work you're doing. I think it's just time to expand, grow, move on. It's a new you. You want to reinvent yourself. You're like, I've done this for so long. Now it's time to try something different. All right, so hang on to that, because I do feel like this whole message is about the new you, reinventing yourself, exploring, and expansion. All right, so if this is about health in any way, there might be different, what do you call them? Opportunities, new medicines, new practices, such as like, when chiropractic first came out, or yogas first came out. It was kind of new. It wasn't well known. We knew there were some benefits to it, but we didn't know what the long-term benefits were. It could be a new medication, either holistic or man-made. But there is something here where there's a newness, choices, options. So it's not like you're stuck with only one way to address a health issue. What do they call it? I mean, it's options, but it's something else. And I'm just not able to. And that's what it feels like. You're just not able to put your finger on which one you want to go with. It's like Spirit's just saying, do as much research as you can before you make your decision. Okay. Weed out any of the sneaky stuff. Make sure you're seeing everything for what it really is before you make a decision. Know the benefits of mixing herbals with any prescribed medications. How much information do we have about any medication or medical option at this time? So it may be new, but what's the information we do have on it? Is it enough to really base a good, solid decision on? Yeah, you definitely have options here. Spirit's just saying you may be confused on which one to choose, and the best way to decide is to do as much homework and research as you can before deciding. All right, so this actually looks very beneficial here. I actually am getting to that you didn't have options before. It was, you have to take this medication or you have to do this physical therapy, and that is it. That was the only road you could go down to heal, or that was it. Maybe there was no healing with it. Now there's options available to you that may actually bring restoration and healing. So do your homework. Get as much information as you can from multiple sources, not just the manufacturer of the drug or the person who came up with the new physical therapy. I don't, hang on just a second. I was getting something about contacting. If this is like a new exercise program or yoga or Pilates or something like that, I'm feeling that this may be something new in your area where you can literally talk to the person who's creating it or offering it and get as much information as you can from them. There may be even a sampling, a trial, instead of committing to it fully before you know more. All right, that's pretty cool. Whew, intense, beautiful, high positive energy flowing through this message. All right, let's move on to house 7, which is about your relationships, all relationships, and if you're in business or partnership with somebody. So what's a partnership? Okay, a business partnership, which is what this is a money-making, reputation building, status relationship. Okay, so there is a benefit. There should be a mutual benefit to each person involved. However, we're looking at all of your relationships too. All right, so you've got the Star card here, healing, hope for, there it is. There it is. Confirmation again. Star card, hope for the future. Dreams on their way. They're not here yet. They're not here, but you're taking the steps. Things are moving in that direction. You don't necessarily have to do anything, but because this is directly across from your first house, and that was all about you saying what you're going to do and then following through with it, being a man of your word or a woman of your word, I do feel like there is a little bit of action here. And this is, the Star card is the 17th card in the tarot deck, which is an 8, and the 8 of Wands is directly across from it. So it is a balance, okay? It is about being balanced within yourself, progressing, putting things in motion. Even though like you're sitting still here in this card, there's still that communicating. Nobody can read your mind, okay? They might be able to get signals about what you're thinking about through your body language, your facial expressions, the words that you're using, but nobody can actually read your mind, okay? So if you have a desire, if you have something that you're trying to manifest, you're communicating and then taking these steps necessary is how you get the help and resources from people here on planet Earth or from beyond. I love that. I absolutely love that. So any relationships that you're involved in right now, somebody was definitely going through difficult relationship situation at the beginning of this. Remember, we were talking about that arguments within a relationship, not being on the same page. All of that is being set to rights, one little step at a time. Okay. What do they say? $1 and a dream is the only way you're going to win. You have a chance at winning the lottery. You have to have $1 and you have to have a dream or a desire and an intention to win that lottery. And if you want to heal any type of relationship, you have to have that $1 and the dream. You have to have that physical thing or whatever. It requires a desire, okay, to make it happen. And then allowing the universe to bring it to you. There is definitely healing in any type of relationship. I keep hearing something about a business partner. Maybe somebody here, things were out of balance for a while. Maybe you were having to put in too much energy. Or maybe somebody else was carrying your weight and you weren't even aware that you were slacking off to the degree that you were. Don't take that as judgment either. We all do these things. We get caught up in our life, caught up in our world, and things just, we think we're doing what we're supposed to, and we find out later we didn't do anything we were supposed to. So maybe somebody was carrying the weight. Now things are balanced. That's why you're stepping up here. That's why people are seeing you as, wow, look at her or him say, I'm going to do this, and then you're doing it. I'm going to create wealth for myself, and then you do it. I'm going to show up to work on time every day, and you do it. Hey, if we're at work in a partnership together, I'm going to pull my own weight. I'm going to do what I have to do. This actually inspires the person that may have been going through the difficult, the person who's hurting, that's hurting back, okay? Because they felt like they were carrying all the weight, and you may not have even realized what was happening here, how out of balance it was because you were carrying on doing other things. So what happens here is you're inspiring that other person. You are leading by example. The energy you are putting out gives them inspiration and hope for the future, that things can heal and be balanced again. Oh, I love that. Yeah, back here with the Hermit in your romance, some of you were just in the wrong spot. Either you'd been, betrayed, brokenhearted over a dating type relationship, or you felt kind of out of sorts in your day-to-day marriage, relationship, long-term relationship, whatever it was. But the solution is there. The answer is there. And you're rising above it, whatever was going on. You have a desire to fix it, take advantage of the opportunities that are available to you to bring in the healing. Love it. All right, let's take a look at House 8, which is your shared resources. So if you live with people, work with people, share a neighborhood, a community, whatever it is, any shared resources, any secrets you might be keeping from the rest of the world or people around you at this time. And we are entitled to have our own secrets, okay? We don't have to expose every aspect of ourselves all the time. All right. And this is about your inheritances. I'm going to clarify real briefly. Inheritance is not necessarily somebody dying and you inheriting something. It could be the passing of one thing to another person, you, and it's meant to be a benefit. It could be good DNA, good genes, books, cars, wisdom being passed down through the generations to you, information, okay? So that's what an inheritance is. It's meant to be passed from one person to another with some sort of benefit. All right, so let's go ahead. And of course, yes, it could absolutely be that somebody has passed away and you're going to receive your inheritance, whatever that may be. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this. 7 of Swords. I am going to pause here because the first initial energy I got was arguments, disagreements, and I'm sorry, but this is coming from you, okay? This is like you feeling, see, you're keeping a secret here. You don't want to talk about this. You don't want this out in the open because of fear of someone taking it. This does feel like it's a very tangible thing here, like your money. Again, I am getting here though, like status. I'm getting somebody talking, gossiping, creating a scene, and you don't want anybody to create a scene. You don't want to be put on a pedestal. I'm also getting that too. You just want to go about your business, doing what you say you're going to do. You want to move forward. You don't want to be caught up. So you're keeping quiet about a lot of things that are going on. Okay, and it's not deceptive. There's confirmation again. I don't know what's going on here. This phone, does not go off like this. This is not deceptive. This is more preemptive. Let's avoid getting into further arguments. Let's not talk about what we're going to do. Let's do it. Okay, and I am getting most of this as you, but it involves other people. So you're not talking about what you're going to do. You're going to do it. You're going to try to minimize being put on a pedestal. You don't want people talking about what's going on. I am getting that you feel somebody is going to try to take something from you. Now, that does not mean that anybody actually is trying to do that. I'm hearing that both ways, okay? So what I want to say, listen to both sides, please. Somebody listening right now feels like that there is a person around you who would, if they knew what you were about to receive, do something to disrupt it. Take it from you, ruin it, hurt you, whatever. You're not wrong. You're not wrong about that. But this is somebody you already know who has consistently done that in the past. Okay? You're not talking about this to that person. You're keeping quiet. You're just going to try to let things heal. You have hope for the future that you can move past this, that if there's enough time that goes by, they will just move on. They will forget it. They will let it go. It's not theirs. They have no right to this. And this is somebody jealous that's hurting. They have a crappy life. They see you winning, benefiting, growing, expanding, and they're going to do what they can to lash out because of their jealousy. But you know who this is. Okay, you've been involved with this for a long time. Now, there's a couple of you out there who, and this may come out feeling harsh. It's not meant to be, okay? You think somebody's out to get you, somebody's out to take what is yours because of situations that have happened with maybe multiple different things in your life in the past. What Spirit, oh, this is so difficult. What Spirit wants you to know is that there is nobody trying to take, nobody's going to try to take this from you. It's your own energy surrounding the thought that somebody's taking it from you that's creating that energy within you. So it's like a perpetual cycle. You have this idea, well, it's mine, but somebody's bound to want to take it from me. So of course somebody's going to try to steal this from me. Somebody's going to try to knock me off my pedestal. But there's nobody there. But because that's what you're focusing on, that's what's going to happen. Okay, so what do they call that? A self-fulfilled prophecy. A self-fulfilled prophecy where because that's all you can focus on, you actually create the situation. So Spirit's telling you this not to make you feel bad, not to make you feel wrong or anything else, but so that you can gain the wisdom from this and just go after what is yours and be happy for yourself, okay? Don't worry about somebody taking it from you unless you were the other person that we already talked about. All right, let's move on. Let's move on and see what we have for your teachings, learnings, and your long-term life, okay? House 9. What's going on there? The King of Cups. Letting something go. You've moved past something here. I'm definitely getting an energy of a desire that you had or something you were doing. You're ready for it to end. You're ready for it to go on its merry way. You want to expand. You want to grow. You're looking for something that makes you happy. More creativity. Something that holds more meaning for you. Yeah, we're right back to where we were here at the beginning of your message here. It's not that anything is wrong or bad. It's just no longer soul satisfying. You're ready to move forward. You're ready to okay. I don't know what this is, but Spirit's asking me to bring this out. Somebody out there may have had a long-term pattern with somebody in a relationship where the same argument comes up over and over and over and over again. You never do this. You never do that. You always do this. You always do that. And it's such a trivial thing, like you never take out the trash, or you're always harping on me. And those feel like they're big, major things. But if you take a step back and really look at life and your overall big picture of your life in general, that's minimal. That's trivial. It doesn't really matter. And you're finally gaining the perspective on it, and you're able to let that go. And it may not even be you. It may be the other person you're dealing with. But I feel like you, since this is your reading for you, you're the initiator here. You're the one who is gaining the wisdom, seeing the pattern, and saying, oh my gosh, I don't need to argue about that anymore. It is not as important as I thought. So for your long-term happiness, the King of Cups here, you're letting it go. You're looking for something deeper, more meaningful, more important. And I'm not just talking about keeping the peace with somebody here. Whatever this was trivial, but it always felt so damn important, so harsh, so rude, so cruel, so important. But something has changed within you. You've gained some sort of wisdom and information, understanding, clarity, that there's something bigger and better out there than arguing over this petty thing. Incredible. So there's a lot of wisdom here. seeking something much more emotionally satisfying, peaceful, deeper, soul satisfying. This is in your house of learning and teachings. So it's even more so about education, advancement, expansion, delving deeper into who you are, what you want from life, feeling like there is much more that life could offer you and going after it. Some of you may not have even felt it. The depth of what you were missing out on because of this focus on this littler thing. That's pretty intense right there. Very soul-searching, deep. Shadow work's involved here. Okay, there's definitely that. But this feels like the opposite end of it, where you've come out of the soul-searching, you've done all the looking at things, and now all of a sudden you're realizing that life has much more meaning. Your emotions are much deeper and much more satisfying when you're focused here instead of here. In the combat, in the petty little things that really do not matter. All right, let's move on to house 10. Your vocation, your career goals, and what you aspire for your life. You want peace. You're looking for a vacation, a break, absolution, a place to feel at home and comfortable and comforted and loved. And you know it's going to have its challenges. You know that. Okay, you've got the Four of Swords here. But you're okay with that because you found your place. You know that even though you're arguing with this person, that the arguments were not, the subject of the argument was not the substance of the argument. It was the fact that somebody was unhappy. It could have been you. It could have been them. It could have been both of you. And it was keeping both of you from, you especially, from feeling at peace, like you didn't belong. Now you feel like you do. Now you have found that peace. You've let the things go that no longer really matter. Yes, I love this. You found your roost, your place, your community. But see, this is all about you, not about them. It's not about like-minded people, because I'm getting that this is a group of people with very diverse lifestyles, very diverse experiences, very diverse ideas, okay, that you're coming together with. But you're able to do that because you see that the focus first needs to be on you being at peace with yourself. Resting peacefully, absolving yourself, letting things go. What does it mean to be absolved of something? It means that somebody, your higher power, your God, yourself, your family, your friend, they're saying, you've done, this has happened. You've suffered the consequences. You've learned from the experience. Now it holds no sway over you. You are absolved of any wrongdoing. Your soul is free. You are no longer a sinner. Do you get where we're going here? How important it is? And for you to be able to feel that within yourself, that sense of freedom, that peace, that absolution, that everything's okay. Everything's fine. I'm at home. I'm able to rest. Oh, this is beautiful. Finding the place where you feel you belong. And you do belong there. You do feel at peace here. But again, keep in mind, this is about you. Not a particular physical place or a physical person or any particular group. This is about you feeling at peace within yourself and allowing yourself to say, oh boy, I messed up here. I was not carrying my weight, or I was creating the situation. Even if when we're not aware of it, we're still guilty of it. Okay. We still did it. Even if it was unintentional. So accepting that and saying, oops, I'm human. I did that. Now I need to forgive myself and move forward. Beautiful. If you are still working, and I'm feeling for most of you that's not the case. There's a lot of retirement here, or being at home type thing, where if you are still actively seeking your place in the world, it may be about helping others to heal themselves. Mentorship, in the sense of being a sounding board for somebody. So even if you're not a qualified or certified or whatever you want to call it, therapist or counselor, you may be the person that this person calls and you just listen. You don't give advice. You don't tell them what they're doing is right. You don't tell them what they're doing is wrong. You may recommend books for them to read or resources to check out, but you're not giving advice. Okay? You're a sounding board. And what that does is that helps them to go deeper into themselves and find out what really matters. All right, so if there's a career goal, this is how you may be, what you may be doing. All right, let's move on to your friends, your groups, and your community. What is happening in there right now? Look at this. Oh boy, this is big. You've got the World card. Cycles are closing. And I'm hearing it's the changing of the guard. So like if you're in a group or community that has treasurers, presidents, whatever, there's new officers in there. I'm also getting a message here of a group, a church group, whose pastor is moving on to a missionary type thing. So there could be a new pastor coming in. I know that was oddly specific. All right. For all of you, for everyone listening to this message, this is the end of a cycle. It's the end of an era. It's the end of the old you and the beginning of the new you. You know your place in this world. You're feeling happier, more at peace with life. If this is about a difficult relationship that you've been in, okay, with your friends, your groups, your community, whatever, it's all coming to a close. Tying up all those loose ends and getting ready for a brand new you, a brand new adventure. I absolutely love this. I'm also getting that there's opportunities throughout the world. So don't limit yourself here with your options. I love how everything's been across from each other on the wheel today. The messages from one card going over to the other opposite side. Options, opportunity, the whole world is open before you. There is nothing you cannot do. If you desire it, you will find the resources, you will find the energy, you will find the path, you will find whatever you need. You will gain the wisdom in order to do whatever it is you want to do. So there is a tying up, a closing out, a moving on from your current groups, your current community, your current friends. Maybe some of you are moving around the world, to the other side of the world. Some of you could just be moving across town. Some of you may be letting go of friends where there's something much deeper in other relationships. Okay, maybe your soul satisfying energy comes from a creative process such as painting, singing, creating, whatever, instead of hanging out with this one friend that just, there's nothing there anymore. Okay, it's what do they say? I'm hearing past its mark, but that's not quite the right energy. It just doesn't hold importance the way it did when it first came together. I mean, we always get these energies of people coming in and out of our lives, okay? And that's what this feels like. If this was a friend group, a community, or whatever, It had its purpose. It served its purpose. And now a new group, a new friend, a new community can come in because you've expanded, you've grown, you're a new person. You're not the 5-year-old, you're not the 10-year-old, you're not the 20-year-old. You're a new person here. You've expanded, leveled up, and found your place, your sense of peace within yourself. What makes you truly happy? I do have to point out here, Spirit is saying, you have found out that your own happiness comes from within yourself. You can be totally alone and make yourself happy. And you are discovering that you can be in a room filled with one or a community of 100 people and be extremely unhappy, okay? Because you're not feeling like you're connected to any of those 100, but you can also be in the same room with those 100 people and still be happy, even if you're not connecting with them in any sense, because you know who you are and you know how to make yourself happy. That's important. All right, let's see what's in the hidden realm here. House 12, your unconscious, subconscious. What is it you don't know? 5 of Swords. Oh. I'm seeing gossip leaving. Difficult, challenging, egotistical egos, conflicts of consciousness. They're all leaving. They're all dissipating. There's going to be one last hoorah here. So some of you may be leaving a romantic partner, realizing that this is not the right situation for either one of you. It does not benefit either of you. There might be one final spat. There might be that one person who, again, if this is somebody you've been dealing with throughout, however long in the past, they're going to have one, they may put in that one last, I'm hearing terrible things. Okay. So like stabbing you in the back, gossiping about you, trying to bring you down, knocking you off of your pedestal, giving you headaches. You know what this reminds me of is I had a neighbor who literally 18 years old, I was 27. She tormented me. Even as I was trying to move out of this place, she did such stupid things putting mustard on my door handle to annoy me. I'm leaving. There will be no opportunity for any more conflict. But that was all she was about, was having conflict, creating chaos, because it made her feel important. Okay? And even though I never responded to any of these things that she did, she continued to do them. And I feel like that's what you're dealing with here, is that type of mentality. Somebody's hurt. Somebody needs to feel like they're important, and they're going to do something petty. But the good news here is that it's all going to be over soon, okay? They may have they may win this last, what do they say? The battle, but you've won the war. You are the one that's going to come out on top. You are the one who finds that you know how to be happy no matter where you're at. That there is the ability to heal with who's important, starting with yourself first. I do want to refer to the book to see what it says about the wisdom. Throughout this whole reading, I kept hearing, yep, you're going to be amazed when we find this out. All right, so with this wisdom card here, it says, wisdom is more than mere knowledge. There may be something that you aren't seeing and need to research more thoroughly. Okay, so that's down here for sure. Wisdom is gathered, but it does take time. Learn from your experiences. You might wish to ask the opinion of a wise mentor if you are feeling uncertain. Does not mean that you have to do exactly what they say, but once you have that information, it helps you make a better choice. All right, so there's a quote here that says, I use my knowledge and experience to make wise decisions. All right. It is often said that the body has its own innate wisdom. Here we go. And I kept pointing and feeling like it was health related too. If healthy, it just knows what to do. Oh, and you know what? It comes back to having children too. All right. And your body will do what it needs to do to keep you alive and moving without thinking too much about it. Most of the time, we aren't even aware of trying to keep our heart beating or a breathing when at any time. Okay, we don't even think about breathing half the time or our heart beating. Similarly, we have this innate reasoning system, and it's called intuition. And it allows us to get answers or receive information without conscious thought. It's that feeling or hunch about information or insight that is just there. We know it. We can feel it, okay? And you know you may need to stay quiet about something. Some people believe this is the wisdom we receive from our gods, the very spark of the divine voice that lives within us. This is a very old kind of wisdom that sits in a very old part of the brain. Sits. We've got the hermit in a sitting position. We've got the star, which is healing and letting go and having hope, in a sitting position. We have the King of Cups in a sitting position. In the Seven of Swords, this person's like down on one knee, and I am hearing taking a knee for the team. Don't say anything. Don't do anything. That's wisdom right there. All right, so then there is the gathering of knowledge and experience and what we discern and what we learn from it. If the result has any accuracy, if it is successful in the real world and good in sense and perception, it's probably very wise information. The getting of wisdom takes time, and we can be impatient as we try to wait for it. We might cut corners and not see the role that we take in our own poor decision making. All right, right there. That's the whole heart of this message. Was in the past here, there was the energy of imbalance, of not even realizing that we're not pulling our own weight here, or that we are the one creating situations by cutting corners or not seeing our own role. All right, as modern people, we have years and millennia of wisdom to assist us. Human history has some very wise people. And then, again, there's also some not so wise people that we can learn from too. So there are lots of examples of people who were successful or unsuccessful that we can learn from and gain wisdom from. Gathering wiser people around us is, in fact, one of the wisest things that any of us can actually do. We cannot always know it all, and a wise mentor or friend can not only save us from a poor decision, but can also help demonstrate how to be wise if we aren't quite there ourselves yet. Oh, I like that. I like that. All right, so the companion stone here is fluorite, F-L-U-O-R-I-T-E, fluorite. All right, and this is card 22, which is a 4, stability. Oh, and look at that. We've got the 4 of Swords right in front of that card. And double 4s are what? 8s. And we've got the 8s balanced here. And we got the 8 down here of the 8 of the Cups. So everything is coming into balance for you, my dears. I love this. Look at the wisdom on the bottom of the deck here with the King of Swords. Interesting energy. All right, I am going to get you an angel number. Let's get you an angel number. Oh my gosh, we're over an hour already. Wow. And I thought I was whipping through these houses. The message takes as long as the message takes, though. That's the way it works. And this was a good one. Beautiful, happy one. The new you. The new you. I love this. Let's see what your angel number is here. Don't forget, if you've enjoyed this message, if you've got hope from this, Or if you just know it's yours or somebody else's, go ahead and please tickle tap, boop, or zap that like button. Claim it in the comments. And if you know that this is somebody else's life, please feel free to share this message with them. Like I said, the 12 houses readings are valid for all signs. Every zodiac sign. 2424. Good times, leisure, rest, holidays, pleasure. There is love and affection and kindness and even happiness available to you because you are worthy of all those things. And if you talk to your family and your friends about how you're feeling, okay, you'll find out that they are on the same page as you and you can work together effectively. Many people will be rooting for you. If you spread love, it will find its way back to you multiplied. All right, we're going to get you your letter dice. Let's see what comes up here. Kellen, Kelly, Keith, Katrina, Kamal, Utah, Uma, Rumi, R-U-M-I, Rucker, Molly, Daily, Shari, that's different. Charey, Shari. It could be Sherry, but I'm hearing it that way. Kimberly, Casey, Cassandra with a K. Tim, Tom, Lynn, Lydia, Rory, Ricky, Roxanne, Ray, Duluth. Didn't Duluth just come out in another reading? Alex, Lexi. And I'm getting Lexi is Russian, possibly. I don't know why I'm being told to say that out loud, but Sadie, Desiree, and Daily. Didn't that just come out? Daily. All right, that's what I've got for you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, you know what to do. If you're interested in personal reading, I can do this for you, yourself, or do your birth chart for you. If you're interested, email me telling me what you're looking for, and I will send you all the information that you need. All right, until our energy crosses again, I'm going to wish you much peace, love, and happiness. Bye-bye.